All right, welcome back to Bayou Time. I'm Jason Dagate. Again, the phone lines are open, 879-1231. Before we take your phone calls, do want to mention, because the producer is telling me they've had several phone calls today regarding, just not even the tropical disturbance, but just a tropical wave, if you will, off the coast of the Yucatan Peninsula. So we do want to show you this. We don't want to be an alarmist in any way. The information we've received from the weather program that we have here at HTV, they're telling us there's a 30% chance of development into a tropical system, okay, over the next couple of days. So certainly the percentages are in our favor, and there you see it in the circle there. It's just a disorganized system right now, a disorganized tropical wave, if you will. And there are just some of the projections. Again, they're all over the board. So really a lot of uncertainty with it. And we just want you, since we're in the middle and actually the peak of hurricane season, we just want you to know that it's out there, just in case you have some weekend plans. Just continue to monitor it, because we know things can heat up pretty quickly in the Gulf. So just continue to monitor it over the next couple of days. And with that, if we certainly get any more information, Martin is always here, bringing you the latest info as soon as we have breaking news. And so you can stay tuned to HTV for that. With that, we'll open up the phone lines, 879-1231. The number is on the bottom of your screen. Again, it's Wednesday night. Martin and I flip-flop for the week. And I'm glad that I'm able to host tonight, and I'm thankful he was able to take my place on Tuesday. Just to give you a rundown of the program from here on for the rest of the program, we'll take phone calls for the first hour and 10 minutes or so. Then we'll have TGMC come on the desk for two segments, basically. First, the Director of Marketing and Planning, Rhonda Alfred, will be here along with Brett Cuneo, the Pro-Am Chair. We'll be talking about the Mary Bird Perkins Golf Tournament, Mary Bird Perkins at TGMC Open, which is coming up, and so they'll join us for a segment. Then we'll have To Your Health with Terrebonne General Medical Center. Dr. Jeffrey Long will be here. He's a radiology oncologist, and the topic is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. So a lot of informative information for all of you tonight and all of us tonight here on Bayou Time coming forward. Then at 7:30 we have our Nicholls State University segment with Dr. David Boudreau, and we'll be talking about the Monster Piano Concert coming up, and Stan Grava will take you home with sports following that Nicholls State University segment. Do want to remind you once again, because we wanted to make sure we help out the university as much as we can, because it is our local university here. They got a home game tomorrow night at the football stadium. Nicholls, under second-year head coach Charlie Stubbs, opening up at home. A lot of people been wanting Thursday night games, so they've tried the best, and Coach Stubbs mentioned it on his Monday kickoff luncheon that he and athletic director Rob Bernardi really worked hard to try to get some Thursday night games. They were able to secure two. One is on the road. Last year, if you remember, when they played Southeastern, they had a home game on Thursday night. This year they'll play that one on the road, and that's going to basically end the season. But at the beginning of the season, tomorrow night, they'll start things off on Thursday night to try to appease the public and the local fans. So hopefully we can support the team and have a lot of people out there to see if the Thursday night thing will be a successful venture for Nicholls. So we encourage you to go out to the game if you can. With that, let's take some phone calls. 879-1231. Hello, thank you for holding. Welcome to Bayou Time.
Mr. Jason.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm calling about the memorial for little Jory Lee-Rat.
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to ask the people, rather than to bring anything,
okay,
to please donate the money to St. Louis Infant Center, Casa of Lafourche, or some child abuse agency.
Okay.
Because Miss Lee-Rat vacated the place this weekend. They took the memorial down, but people are still bringing flowers and stuffed animals. And I hate to keep going, have to bring it to her mother's house.
I see what you're saying.
But I think if they take the money and give it to some child abuse agency.
And you could put it in, if you want to make it anonymous, I guess you can put it in the name of Jory Lee-Rat, right?
Well, that's their business,
yeah.
But, I'd like to get on, fix the place that, replace the sink the police took, and get on, because she moved, and as long as she was there, that was her business.
Right, I understand.
And I didn't want to disrespect her or the community.
Okay. So you're the landlord, I take it there?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
But I think, now that he's buried, people can take the money and put it to good use to one of these child abuse agencies.
Okay.
Because I understand St. Louis Infant Center takes care of these disabled children.
Okay.
And I think Thibodeau has a child abuse agency, and the money can be put to good use.
Yeah, there are several advocacy centers. There's one in Lafourche, there's one in Terrebonne, there's the Lewis Infants as well. So there are a number of places that they could donate to. And look, I think that's reasonable. That's a reasonable request from you, since they have moved on. And it's not that you're disrespecting them in any way, as you said, but in fact you're still delivering some of these things, right?
Right. Well, yesterday we brought the flowers and all to the mother's house.
Okay.
And go bring them to the cemetery for the baby.
Right. Well, thank you very much for that information.
It's just a lot of people still afraid. People see the door open and they think there's a ghost. There's no ghost in there, because I think he was an angel.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
All right. With that, 879-1231 if you would like to get involved. Hello. Welcome to Bayou Time.
What's happening, Jason? It's Trigger Ricky.
Well, I knew it from the voice. How you doing, Ricky?
Oh, I'm sorry, Cat Daddy.
Go ahead, man.
No, I was calling to correct myself, because I had got caught saying something to Martin yesterday, and I want to apologize to the people.
Okay.
Because I shouldn't have said it like that, and I let a word slip out that shouldn't have been on the air.
Okay.
But, I just wanted to call and apologize to Martin. I'll tell him I'll watch my language next time, because that shouldn't have been said. As far as him hiring all the Mexicans, he can hire the Mexicans till doomsday. Everybody's doing it, trying to save a buck,
Well, I'm not familiar with what you're talking about.
On the DuPont building.
From that sense. Okay.
They're trying to refurbish the building and everything. Yeah. And they had a caller that called the other day looking for a job. And I want to tell that caller that if he was to go talk to Martin, he'd probably get him a job.
Well, I tell you what, over the years, Martin Falls has certainly helped out a lot of people that have come to him saying, look, I've fallen on some bad times. I need some help. Can you point me in the right direction? Can you give me a job? And like you say, you're probably right. If you go to him, he'll at least. I don't want to bombard the man with a bunch of phone calls at this point in time. But if somebody's certainly saying that he's not supportive of helping local people, I would disagree, because I've seen him help a lot of people.
No. That's not where I'm going with this.
Okay.
But I was just going to tell that caller to call Martin. He'll probably get a job tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you for the call.
But hey, I want to give me a shout out to Lloyd, batten down the hatches. He works under the tutelage of Master Lee, talking about.
All right, thank you, Ricky. Okay. Look forward to speaking with you next time. Let's go to the next caller, 879-1231 if you'd like to be involved. Hello, welcome to Bayou Time.
Well, good evening, Jason.
Good evening.
What do you think about the president scheduling his talk about reviving the economy, while the Republicans have their already previously scheduled debate?
Well, there you go. I guess he wants to make sure he's trying to steal some of the media coverage. I haven't followed it. I've had some things going on, with the business and with my day job, so to speak. So I haven't followed the national politics too closely the last week or so. So what exactly did he come out and announce?
Well, he announced he's going to have his speech on the economy, his plan to boost the economy and employ people.
Is this a speech that's going to be like one of those network speeches?
Well, it's supposed to be all over everywhere, I guess. But, it won't be on where the Republicans have their debate. But, if you have a scheduled debate with the Republicans already, it would seem like it would be common courtesy for the president to schedule his speech a day before, a day after, an hour before, or an hour after.
Unless you're trying
common courtesy.
Unless you're trying to take the sting out of the, because let's face it, the Republican debate, there'll be a lot of Obama and Democratic bashing during the debate. So I can see why he would do it. I understand your point as well. What I'm trying to gather, is this one of these presidential address type situations? In other words, where he gets in front of a podium from the White House or from the Capitol or something like that, and it's it preempts all television and the network shows at 7:05, 8 o'clock?
It's supposed to be a major speech.
Okay.
But apparently it's not going to preempt everything, because
now the Republican debate.
The Republican debate.
Is that a Republican? What channel is that being broadcasted on?
I'm not sure, Jason.
Okay, because I know they've had some in the past. Probably less than a month ago, right when the NFL preseason started, because that was a big topic of discussion, that you had NFL preseason going up against the Republican debate, and the preseason did a lot better as opposed to the ratings.
Well, if you've kept up with it at all, Jason, 2 or 3 weeks ago, President Obama said, I'm going to announce my plan. He's never given us any kind of a plan after September.
Okay.
Okay, and the Republicans has already had their debate scheduled. Now, my point is that President Obama is the president of both the Democrats and the Republicans. He's the president of the United States. And, why would he want to split the viewership?
Because
we would all want to watch the president, and yet we would want to watch the Republican debate as well. Even Democrats would probably want to watch the Republican debate.
Right. Well, maybe time to get out the old VCR. I would say DVR, but I don't have DVR. It might be a time to get out the old VCR and tape one of them, I guess. But, you can have your opinion. If you're disgruntled about it or disgusted with that decision, you're entitled to that opinion.
Well, I mean, it really is not that big a deal. It's just a lack of courtesy on the part of the office of the President of the United States. Now, on another topic entirely, Jason, and let me preface my comments by saying that, first off, I would not wish a hurricane on anyone. I wouldn't wish anyone to be inconvenienced or their property damaged or anything like that. But that being said, this Category 1, Category 2 hurricane has hit land, Irene, and it's done major damage up north, the flooding, and it's horrendous. And I'm wondering if, now that that's happened up north, where they haven't had this kind of damage in probably 80 or 100 years, if possibly it might work to the advantage of the people down here when our congressmen and our senators talk to their congressmen and senators and say, we need this.
Right.
They have an idea of what a hurricane can do.
Yeah, well, you may be right. I guess on the flip side, it could possibly take money away from what would be designated here, but maybe it'll shed some light on what we've been trying to explain to them. I don't know what type of hurricane protection from the lay of the land they have there, because, in looking at it, all the flooding has appeared to come from rivers and things of that nature, and you could just see the gravity of things. In other words, the water going downhill with all that gravity because of the hilly areas that is. The forcefulness of the water seems a little bit different than what it is down here. In other words, when you just...
the topography is different,
right.
But the nature of water is universal.
When you look inside of everybody's house after a storm, it's all the same.
It seeks the lowest point. And what I understand is that when this hurricane came, when it hit the mountains, it exacerbated the rain totals. Instead of 12, 14 inches, they had 16, 18, 20 inches.
Well, that's an interesting point for discussion.
The mountains made the hurricane actually dump its energy.
I thank you for bringing that topic up. It's an interesting point of discussion. Well, maybe we'll see if other people want to comment on it.
I would just wonder if, maybe that it could cause our senators and congressmen to entertain cooperation amongst themselves.
All right.
Where it would be advantageous to the people up north and the people down here as well. So you have a good night.
Thank you for the call.
You're welcome.
All
Bye-bye.
Okay, let's take, Jason, do we need to take another break, or can I take another phone call? All right, I can take, we have one phone line open, 879-1231 if you'd like to call. Let's take another phone call. Hello, welcome to Bayou Time.
Hey, Jason.
Yes, you're on the air live. Go ahead.
Hey, Jason, how you doing?
Doing okay.
Listen, man, I need to. I want to give a shout out. My stepdad's sick.
Okay.
And he's got a birthday tomorrow, and I want to just wish him a happy birthday from David, Cindy, Kevin, and James.
All right.
And
David, Cindy, Kevin, and James. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. And I want to let my mama Patricia know that I love her very much.
All right. Well, how old is your is your stepdad? How old is your stepdad going to be?
I think it's going to be 37.
Okay.
And I just wanted to wish him a happy birthday, and I hope he gets well.
All right. Well, good luck to you and your family.
All right, and congratulations on your new baby, buddy.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
All right, my man.
Okay. Thank you. We appreciate it. Just so everybody out there knows, wife and baby are doing fine, and you know, it's been really great going to the private office, and almost every day we have somebody drop off a new, you know, just a card or new something small just for the family, and really appreciate it. And I want to thank everybody, as we've probably given you thanks already, but I want to thank everybody publicly for all of that as well. Hello, welcome to Bayou Time. Go ahead, please.
Hello.
Yes, sir. You're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, Jason.
How you doing?
I'm pretty good, man.
Good.
For the second to last caller,
All right.
I said the Corps of Engineers on Channel 8 or Channel 6, both of them, he thinks he knows everything, this dude. He's a diehard Republican. I'm an independent. The second to last one, not the last man that just talked.
I know you're referring to. He does have some conservative. He does have some.
Down, huh?
Well, he's certainly, I think, kind of mentioned that he does have conservative views, and whether you disagree with them, that's one thing.
I respect his views.
Okay.
But he said that the Corps of Engineers, I didn't have my facts right.
Oh, well, I didn't hear that. It must have been on a previous show.
Last night.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't
he
get to catch.
He needed to get his facts right because he's an idiot.
Well, let's not call each other idiots and things of that nature.
Well, he called me stupid.
Well, okay, well, if I'd have known that,
You know?
if he would have said I called somebody an idiot, I'd have asked him to be respectful as well. Let me ask you, what was the dispute over?
The 100-year deal, bro.
Okay.
The Corps of Engineers said that it's not up to par for 100-year storm. When they first started this project around New Orleans, it was supposed to be for 100-year storm. Now they finished it. Well, they said, nah, it's not up to par on Channel 6 and Channel 8.
Okay.
Okay? This man is a diehard Republican.
So what's your point about that?
Well, he said I didn't have my facts straight.
Well,
I got my facts straight.
All right, let's assume, if you have your facts straight, what point were you trying to make with those facts?
That I was right.
Okay.
And he don't know what he's talking about.
No, last night when you originally called, or whenever you originally called to mention that the Corps of Engineers has now said that the flood wall or the levee is not up to par.
Right.
What were you trying to get across to everybody by mentioning that?
Right. When they first started, they were building a deal for 100-year storm, they said, on the news.
Okay. Were you expressing your frustration with the Corps in that they gave us one set of designs, if you will, and now after it's finished, they come back and say it's not good enough?
But this man needs to get his facts straight, bro.
All right.
You know?
Well, look, the Corps has changed here locally. They've changed.
I don't want to get on the Corps.
Well, but
I don't want to get,
when it comes to flood protection, they have changed things over in the past. It has happened after they do more studies.
Right. Another thing he said, when I told you that the Fushiyama was going to be 14 miles, he called in, he said, well, it ain't going to be 14 miles, it's going to be 6 miles. I read in the paper, I know.
Well, we did have the...
just like he just talked about Obama.
Well, look, I understand y'all have differences of opinions and agreements and things of that nature, but on that issue from the beach project that they're doing, and they're beefing up from Elmer's Island all the way up to, well, but I'm trying to explain to those viewers out there who may have not seen it. From Elmer's Island all the way
exactly
to Fouchon, okay, to the pass. That, right, they want to make sure they can get it all, but they've only been approved for a small portion of it right now. But you're right, they want to work to get it all done, but they're going to need some federal dollars to get it all done.
I was the first one to call for sand dunes.
Okay.
3 days after this happened with the oil spill, I called on Channel 10. You can check the records.
All right. Well, I encourage everybody to look on the website. You know, we have Miss Harley there who is diligent about documenting HTV and Bayou time, and you can go ahead and find it.
But nobody gonna make me look like an idiot.
Well, thank you for the call. All right.
Well, no, he needs to.
Well, I'm sorry, you kept going. Let me get to the next call. I didn't mean to hang up on you for that. But look, I understand if you're upset with another caller calling in and disagreeing with you. You know, let's try to keep it respective. Let's try to respect each other and not call each other idiots, if you will. Okay? Hello, welcome to Bayou Time. Go ahead, please.
Hey, Jason.
Yeah.
Hey, when y'all gonna bring the beat back?
Well, that's a decision that's not for me to make because I only come here to host the show. You'd have to ask that to Martin as to that. I know they've been working with law enforcement on doing that, but we have to make sure we don't put anybody in harm's way.
All right, I got you.
Okay.
One more thing.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to my Uncle Ronald. Tell him I'll be there to fix his light pretty soon now.
Okay. All right. Thank you for the call. Okay. We need to take a break. We have, well, now that I've finished with that caller, we have one line open, 879-1231, if you'd like to get involved in the discussion. We'll have phone calls till about 7:10, and then we'll be talking about the Mary Bird Perkins at TGMC Open coming up at about 7:10 or so. So we have more for you tonight on Bayou Time.